Guys, it's your boy a.dTHEweeb back with another video. Now in today's video we're gonna be doing Naruto was otsutsuki part 2. Now I wanna ask you guys a quick question before I start this video. Do you guys want me to do if Naruto was in the waterfall village, or what if Naruto was what if Naruto was Kaguya's son, the redo, the next part basically, or do you want me to do this part for tomorrow basically? So just let me know which one you guys want, because somebody asked me to do if Naruto was in the waterfall village, someone else asked me to do the Kaguya one, and someone asked me to do this one. So I want you guys to let me know which one you guys want. If you guys don't answer, I'm probably just gonna do either this one or the waterfall one. So anyways, let's just get this video started.
And now, this world shall know pain. Almighty push!
So basically, the last part we left off was when Miyako and Naruto was thinking about what to do. And then they went to Kaguya's place and started to train. And we're gonna do a time skip to all the way up to after the Chunin exam, like the 3 years time skip, right when it was about to end. That's all the way up to then. And basically, Naruto and Miyako have been training this whole time. Like they already mastered, at this point they mastered all their abilities, like all the otsutsuki abilities, all the jutsus that the otsutsuki don't really know about or don't use, all that stuff. But they know everything. So yeah. And basically they had a lot of chance to practice, got a lot of fighting experience, because you just spar against each other. And sometimes even Black Zetsu told someone else, people like Toby, to manipulate somebody to send it over to that place, and Miyako and Naruto just fought them and basically getting the battle experience and shit like that. So yeah, and they absorb them when they beat them, so they get even more chakra than they had in canon. Well, they already had before, so yeah. Anyways, that's what's been happening. Basically, they've been mass training, and Naruto Naruto isn't a virgin no more. Anyways, I'm just joking about that. He's still a virgin. Anyways, basically, they come to the conclusion that they basically are gonna just kill the Akatsuki and pretty much do their own thing. So yeah, and at this point, I'm pretty sure the Akatsuki already had a couple of tail beasts, but I must say it didn't have any tail beasts at all. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go over to the Leaf Village side, and not yet. Naruto and meet up with Black Zetsu. Naruto and Miyako meet up with Black Zetsu, and if I just say Naruto, you can probably just, if I say something about Naruto, just imagine Miyako doing it as well. Like if I say Naruto's going somewhere, Miyako is following along. So yeah. Anyways, basically they go there, and I must say it was the place that, I don't know, just so name as village, and they basically had a quick conversation with Black Zetsu, telling Black Zetsu to tell the Akatsuki that there's someone out there that is really strong, that is coming to hunt them down basically. And Black Zetsu told them the Akatsuki base area, and he called a meeting so all of them can be there, and basically to lure them all them there, and Naruto and Miyako just come here and kill all of them. So yeah, he plans that, and he calls a meeting. He goes to Pain, and it's just like, Pain, there's somebody that is coming to hunt you guys down, so you guys, and he's very strong, he can be a threat, so you guys might wanna, call everybody here and just team up on him and beat him up basically. And Pain does that, and even Obito came, so yeah. Actually, no, Obito. Yeah, yeah, Obito came. Yeah, yeah. Actually, no. Yeah. Actually, he came. Yeah, yeah. All right, all right. And basically, everyone comes and they're having a meeting about and asking like this, who is it? Why is he after us? Like, how strong is he and stuff like that. And Black Zetsu is stalling, like trying to buy time. Basically, he's entering really slowly. He's like acting like he's thinking to try and remember what it was and stuff. So yeah, and then basically, uh, Naruto finds the place and he busts that shit open, and everyone looks back to see a figure just standing, two figures standing there, and a bunch of light going behind them, and they see they're floating and stuff, and they're like, who are they and stuff, and Black Sister says, it's them, they're the one that's coming after you guys, and Naruto says, so this is the Akatsuki basically, and then all of them look back and basically ask, who are you and why are you after us and stuff. And Naruto says, I'm Naruto Otsutsuki. And Miyako says, she's Miyako Otsutsuki. And the Akatsuki says, what's with that Otsutsuki name thing? And they're like, don't worry about it, basically, you don't need to know that. And, Pain says, how dare you basically come and try and fight a god, basically. And Naruto looks at him and says, God, you think you're a god just because you have the Rinnegan? And he basically activates his Rinnegan and says, if you're a god, then what am I, basically? And Pain is kind of sharp because he never see anybody else have the Rinnegan. And basically Pain says, almighty push, and try and push Naruto away. But it barely pushes him back a little bit. It like pushes him back like one step backward, basically. So yeah. And Naruto is so weak, and then he basically says universal pull, and basically pulls painting and stabs him with a bone killing ash and kills that nigga. So yeah, and he pulls all of them and basically uses that dance. You know the dance that Kimimaru used, the I forgot the name of the dance. A chameleon something dance, right? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Whatever. Basically does that stupid dance, and he basically kills every single pain. And Nagato comes out the thing, like the machine he was in. He's not out of it, but if basically walks over to Naruto, and Naruto says, "You're no god. You can't even handle the Rinnegan, basically." And Nagato says, "You can't handle it either, basically." And Naruto says, "Actually, I can." And basically, he pulls Nagato's soul and eats that shit. Like you know how you do that thing with the Rinnegan where you pull people's soul and stuff, and you get all the memories and all that shit. Yeah, you do that. He does that, and basically, he knows about the whole Nagato story. So yeah, the whole ninja world basically. Anyways, that happens, and then Kakazu launches his like the arm thingies with the strings at Miyako, thinking that she might be weaker, and Miyako just basically sidesteps it and basically grabs him and pulls him towards her, and then she stabs him with a chakra ward, basically pinning him down to the ground, and then Kakazu is asking for help because he can't get out, and he done comes and does that thingy where he slices at people and gets the blood and does that pyramid thing. He was about to do it, and right before he stabs himself, Miyako does the universal pull and pulls him out of it because she knew what it was. So yeah, and basically he goes flying out of that shit, and then she does a killing bone ash because she knows that he's immortal and that's the only way to kill him if you're too ski or something. So yeah, she basically uses the killing bone ash, basically destroying him, and she does the same thing to Kakazu because she doesn't want to keep killing him over and over. So yeah, and Deidara does art and stuff. Pros like the C4 Karua, I think, something like that. And he pros it at Naruto and Miyako, but they just absorb it. So yeah, let me show actually recording. So yeah, they basically just absorb that shit, and everyone is pretty shocked because they're really strong, and they all decide to team up. And I'm gonna say, oh, oh yeah, Itachi is already dead at this point, so yeah. In this story, uh, Obito never got to Sasuke, so Sasuke is going back to the leaf. So yeah. Anyways, basically, I think Kisame dies. Well, yeah, he dies. So Sasui uses the needle, the poison, whatever, and tries to poison Naoto and Miyako, thinking that it will actually hurt him, but it just bounces off their skin because otsutsuki's you need sage chakra to basically hurt them, or taijutsu. So yeah, and the needles isn't strong enough to basically penetrate their skin. So yeah. Basically, long story short, Naruto bitched up every single one of them. So yeah. Anyways, they basically killed the Akatsuki and burned their cloaks and whatnot, and then Black Zetsu takes his cloak off, and yeah. And Black Zetsu basically asks, "What do we do now?" And Naruto says, "I'm gonna basically go after the Tail Beast, and Miyako, you go after the Nine Tails and basically become friend with him, and then you can just like lure him here, and then we can just kill him." And she nods, and she basically opens a portal, and she goes in after giving Naruto a quick goodbye kiss, and basically, the portal opens to the top of Madara's head, and she basically jumps down out the portal, and then she sees Menma with Sasuke, and Menma is basically Naruto with black hair. So yeah, and he doesn't wear the orange jumpsuit actually. He wears a black pant with a black jacket that's like open. So yeah. Anyways, basically, he finds them too, and we're gonna do a quick little flashback to when Sasuke beat Itachi. After killing Itachi, he passed out, and not sure before he passed out, Menma appears, and Sasuke talked for a bit with Menma, and Menma talked no jutsu to him, and basically he told Menma to basically bring him back to the village, and Menma was like, "Why don't you just come back?" And then Sasuke basically said he's tired, he's gonna go to sleep, so just basically carry him there. And Menma nods, and basically Sasuke passed out. And Menma carried him back here, but he woke up on the way, and basically he just walked there. So yeah, and basically Miracle said basically calls out to them, and they turn back to see Miracle running, and then to them, and then they're like, "Who are you?" and stuff. And she has a genjutsu on, so she kind of looks like that, but with white skin, no horns, and she changes the clothing to just human clothing, and her hair is actually black. So yeah, in the genjutsu at least. So yeah. Anyways, she basically says she's Miyako too. No, Miyako and no, actually, yeah, she says she's Miyako, and she just came from a long freaking lost village or something, and she's looking for somewhere to stay. Do you guys know any villages? And they basically says you can come to a leaf and whatnot, and she goes along with them, and yeah. Basically, they go. When they get there, the guards are shocked to see Sasuke, but they don't try to stop anybody. And they basically go in the Hokage's office, and the Hokage is not there at this point because Menma brought her here. And yeah, And then basically they have a little talk. Sasuke gets ambushed to basically look after him. Like they just look to see if he's doing anything suspicious. But yeah, and what's it called? Miyako, she basically gets a pass to be Kunoichi. So yeah. Anyways, basically they ask if she has any dojutsus or anything. She says she has actually yeah. She says she has Sharingan, if that helps. And basically they're shocked thinking that she's a Uchiha. But yeah, she ain't no Uchiha. Anyways, basically she activates her Tweetomo Sharingan, and they're like, "Oh, I see. You already have it mastered and whatnot." And now Michael nods and stuff. So yeah, and basically they let her in the village, give her I guess an apartment you can say, and yeah, she she gets along with Mem. Well, not really gets along, just like she becomes friend with Mema, but it's mostly Mema considering her as a friend, but she doesn't consider him as a friend or anything. She just manipulating him really. So yeah. Anyways, basically, Mema invites Mariko to basically come over and uh hang out with him and Hinata because he's dating Hinata. So yeah. Anyways, we go back to Naoto. Naoto basically goes to ask Black Zetsu where's the One Tails, and Black Zetsu says he is with the Kazekage and stuff, and he says where's the Kazekage, and Black Zetsu explained that he's in the Sand Village, and he asks Black Zetsu to bring him there, and Black Zetsu shows him the way, and he just flies over there, and basically Black Zetsu shows him a picture of Gawa, and he basically flies up and gets to the gate and basically asks where's the Kazekage, and the gods say, oh, the Kazekage is in the tower and stuff, and Naruto goes to walk in, but the god stops him saying, do you have a paper to go in? And Naruto says no and stuff, and the god say then you can't come in. And Naruto says I will go in even if you don't want me to and stuff. And the gods pull out a kunai thinking that he's threatening them. And Naruto says almighty push and blows the whole gate open. So yeah. And the Kazekage hears about the rockets happening, and he comes with like Tenabu, and basically he's like, what's going on here? And Naruto doesn't have a genjutsu on, so yeah. He's like, what's going on here? And basically, the Kazekage looks at Naruto and says, well, what are you doing here? What do you want? Why are you attacking my village and stuff? And Naruto says, I want the One Tails. And the Kazekage says, are you the Akatsuki? And Naruto says, no, I killed this guy earlier, actually. And the Kazekage looks at him like, are you for real, basically? And yeah. Basically, Naruto says, anyways, I will be taking the One Tails now. And basically, Naruto disappears and appears behind Gaara and touches him on the shoulder. And basically, a portal opens in front of Gaara, and Naruto pushes him in it. And he goes in it and closes the portal. And basically, they appear in a wasteland, kind of like a desert. So, yeah. And then basically, they appear there, and Gaara says, how did you get here? What's going on and stuff? And Naruto says, relax, I'm just taking the One Tails. I don't really care about what happens. What about your village and stuff. So I didn't try to destroy it. And the Kazekage says, you can't take the One Tails. If you take it, I'll die and stuff. And Naruto says, no, you won't. I know how to make it so you won't die, basically. But if you fight me, I will make it so you die, basically. And the Kazekage is thinking about it. He doesn't really like Shigaku, so he's like, okay, I will let you get it. If I think I'm gonna die, I'm gonna stop you basically. And nods, and basically Naruto just walks up to Gaara and touches Gaara's stomach, and then he pulls his hand backwards, and you see the one tails coming out basically, and Naruto Gaara falls to his knees because he takes a lot of chakra out of Gaara. So yeah, well, he doesn't die, and Naruto opens a portal, sends Gaara away, and then Naruto Shigaku says, I'm finally free and stuff, and he's like, where's my first victim? And sees Naruto, and he's like, you're gonna be my first victim and stuff. And Naruto looks at him and basically uses the, what's it called? Oh my gosh, Shibaku Tensei, I think. No, you know, fuck, I always forget the name of the thing. Basically, that one jutsu that Pain used to make the meteorite thingy, like to put Naruto in that thing where he had to go to 8/9 state to break out of it. So, yeah, planetary devastation, yeah, that thing. And basically, he uses that on that one tails and he gets stuck. And then he goes through some hand signs and goes and summons the Gedomazu or Gedo statue, whatever you want to call it, and or whatever, turn to his hawks, whatever. And basically, he used that one chain that comes out of his mouth and stabs it in the one tails and pulls them in it. And basically, he has a one tails now. So yeah, and he goes and opens a portal and he appears back next to Gaara, and Gaara, he was about to fly away, but Gaara tells him to wait, and Naruto looks back and Gaara says, what's your name? And Naruto says, I'm Naruto Otsutsuki. And then he flies away. And Gaara puts him in the bingo book saying Naruto Otsutsuki is somebody that's hunting for a tail beast and he's really strong. So if you have a tail beast, better watch out basically. And yeah, but he also puts that he somehow is able to extract tail beasts without killing the host. So if you don't like your tail beast, just accept the deal or whatnot. And yeah, and then he goes to the Cloud Village basically and sees the Two Tails just chilling, I don't know, with her friend or something, Yugito. And basically he flies down to Yugito and basically is like Yugito Ni, I think, something like that. I don't know her full name. I think that's her name though. But yeah, anyways, he basically says Yugito Ni, give me your two tails or whatnot, and Yugito looks back and says, who the hell are you? And he says, I'm Naruto Otsutsuki, you might have heard of me and stuff. And Yugito says, oh, so you're the guy hunting the tail beast. And basically Naruto nods and Yugito says, well, you can't have my tail beast. I'm friends with my tail beast, so she belongs to me. And Naruto glares at her saying she doesn't belong to you. She belongs to Ten Tails or to my mother, basically. And Yugito looks at him weirdly, thinking, what the hell he's talking about, basically. But she doesn't really try thinking about it too much. And basically, she starts using the Two Tails chakra and does a blue fireball, and Naruto just absorbs it. And basically, I'm gonna say the Raikage saw what was happening, and Naruto opens a portal, kicks Yugito in it, and was about to go in, but when he goes in, right before he closes the portal, he sees basically the two lightning cloak 2 running inside of the portal. So Raikage barely makes it, but he still does. And basically he gets into the place to see Naruto, Yugito, and basically forest type area. So yeah, and basically he's like, who are you and stuff, and Naruto says, I'm Naruto Otsutsuki. And the A says, so you the guy that's hunting the tail beast. You won't get Yugito Ni. She is my adopted daughter basically. you won't get her. I'll basically kill you before you get her. And Naruto laughs and says, "You can't kill me. I'm an otsutsuki, basically." And the Waikage says, "What the hell is otsutsuki? And why wouldn't I be able to kill you just because you're otsutsuki and stuff?" And the Naruto says, you'll figure it out soon enough." And basically Naruto uses his Rinnegan to make it so, you know how what's it called? Kaguya has a dimension that opens and make it so gravity is like 100 times harder on people. He opens that portal on top of A, so it makes it so only A gets affected by that gravity. So A basically falls to his knees, but he barely gets back up. So, but he won't even be as fast as he would be without his lightning cloak. So basically, A runs to Naruto and goes for a punch, but Naruto easily blocks him and basically sends him flying with an almighty push, and he takes away uh the Yugito two tails and stuff, and he was about to take it out, but two Yugito transformed into the two tails itself, and Naruto says, "Oh, you came out. It'll be a lot easier." And basically, he says, "Since you resisted me, I will kill you and not let you live." Basically, and then he basically summons a Gedomazu again, and just straight up absorbs it right out of her, killing her. And A gets pissed, saying, "How dare you? Why would you kill her?" and shit like that. And Naruto says, "Because she refused my proposition. If she just accepted using the tutors, she would have still have her life, basically just like the Kazekage." And yeah, and then basically Naruto left, saying, "I will be coming back for the eight tails." And he basically left, and A walks back to his village. And then Naruto, which one is the three tails? I'm gonna say the only tail beast that actually was in the Gedomazu was the three tails, because he was already dead, and Obito was the one controlling his body like a puppet. So yeah, and Roshi, he goes after Roshi and just find Roshi right in the open with one house, not even a village. I'm gonna say Roshi, uh, the five tail guy, and Utakata, the six tail one, was all in one place for some reason, and basically he appears in the middle of them. Actually, no, Roshi, the five tail guy, Utakata, and Fu was all in one place. Yeah, all of them. And basically, uh, they get he gets there, and all of them are like surprised and says, what's your name and stuff. And Naruto says he's Naruto Tsuski, and they all are like, "So you don't want hunting us down?" And Naruto says yes, and Naruto says, "Give up your tail beast or you will die." And they're like, "What you mean? Even if you give it up, we're gonna die?" And Naruto says, "No, I can make it so you don't die." And Fu says, "I'll accept." And so does the wait, does this five tail guys? Six tail guy, I think. Yes, Utakata or something. Says same as him, but the five tails and the four tails said no. And Naruto just takes out the seven and six tails and lets them leave. But the four and five tails, he beats them up because they weren't really listening to him, and he kills them. So yeah, that happens. Fu goes back to the waterfall village, and she gets accepted there because she doesn't have the seven tails. And yeah, so on and so forth. And we basically skip over to wait, I don't know what it's called. We skip over to A and Killer B. He sends Killer B to the Turtle Island or whatever to protect himself. And Bagset was there, so he knows and tells Naruto. So yeah, Naruto goes over to that place and finds B, and B is like, "How'd you find me?" and stuff. And Naruto says, "I have a friend that was in the room when you were getting sent here. So yeah, it was pretty easy actually. And B is like, damn it, how do you get spied on basically? And basically B enters his ATEL avatar or whatever, and because he knows Naruto is an actual threat, and basically B launches a tail beast bomb, and Naruto just grabs it, absorbs it, and basically he creates that thing that Momoshiki I think did in the Boruto I think, and basically it's like a tail beast bomb but only a lot stronger. So yeah, it's kind of like a weaker version of the Ten Tail Beast bomb, but it's black instead of red. So yeah, he launches it down at B, and B gets pretty beat up from it, but he can still fight. And then B goes to grab Naruto, but Naruto launches a Tentagon beam at him, basically burning his eight tails arm. So he has to use his human arm, and B launches his tentacles at Naruto, but Naruto activates his Tentagon cloak, and basically all his tentacles get burned to a crisp. So yeah, and basically he summons a Gematsu, uses the thing, and then I'm gonna say Kaguya feels Naruto's chakra and sends a link to Naruto, and Naruto gets sent to his mindscape, basically knocking him out. And then we skip over to Miyako's point of view. She was hanging out with what's it called? Sasuke and all them. And basically she senses that Naruto's chakra just disappeared. And she got worried. And everyone saw the worried look on her face. And they are like, what's going on? And she says, Naruto, what happened? And basically they heard the name Naruto and they're like, wait, Naruto? Isn't that one guy that calls himself Naruto otsutsuki hunting the Tail Beast? And they're like, how do you know him? Are you walking with him basically? And basically she flares up her chakra and takes away her genjutsu and basically starts flying over there. And they're like, I knew she was a traitor basically. And they basically call a bunch of Umbos, and Dunzo, I want to say, was passing by, saw that was going on, so he called his Umbo over there and was about to like, oh, we're gonna kill you and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, that happens. And basically, what's it called? Miracle saw Dunzo and just like, she's like, I don't have time for you, and basically she just uses a bone lash and kills every single one of them, and she gets away and goes to Naruto to find him just laying down. And she thought he died, but then she saw him breathing, so she was like, what's going on? Until she realized that he was talking to Kaguya and stuff, so she was like, oh, that was what's going on and stuff. And Naruto wakes up, sees Yayoko there, and basically he asks what's happening, and she explains, and Naruto apologizes, and yeah. And then Naruto says, do you have any news on the Nine Tails? And she explains what she learned. And yeah, and then what's it called? That happens, and basically she finds out that how the Nine Tails has crazy amount of security on him. So yeah, and she also found out that there was a 5 Kage summit, and basically Naruto says we're gonna go there and basically beat them up, get the Nine Tails and stuff like that. Basically, he says he wants to go there and just show them who's boss, and they basically get ready to go there. And then we skip about 1 month later. The 5 Kage meeting is happening, and wait a second. Yeah. I think this is gonna be on your 3-part series. Damn it. I got I got too into it and I just went, oh my gosh. Anyways. Basically, they go to a Kage meeting and stuff. and they wait for the Kage meeting to basically almost end, and then they hear what's it called? You see people out there was Tsunade, uh Ninetales, Mema, and Sasuke. Yeah. And Sasuke has the EMS at this point, so yeah. Anyways, uh, that happens, and basically, Naruto appears with Miracle, and basically, one thing the Kage was talking about was basically how, what's it called? The Kazekage was just quiet, but the other Kage was like how you so quiet Kazekage. You let the otsutsuki brat take your one tails. You basically a weak village now, and blah blah blah. And the Kage was like, "Oh, we have to kill that Naruto Otsutsuki guy," and basically because he killed his adopted daughter, and the leaf basically explained how Miracle, there was a girl named Miracle, and she had a Sharingan, so we think she might be Uchiha, but then it was just a Genjutsu, and she had white skin like Naruto, so she might be Otsutsuki or whatever they call them too. So, and we think she's working with Naruto, and so on. And then they basically see a portal open up with Naruto and Miracle walking out of it, and Miracle looks at the Raikage and says, "Raikage, you're too obsessed with my husband. It's basically getting annoying." And the Raikage basically looks at her weirdly and says, "You little boy, how dare you?" And basically she launches himself at Miracle, and Miracle just kicks him away, and then Naruto tells Miracle to take care of the guards, and now Miracle goes to take care of them. And basically, Naruto says, "Oh, anyway, sorry about that. I got a phone call and I had to talk to someone for a while. So yeah, anyways, basically, Naruto, I mean, now Naruto tells Miracle to take care of the guards. She's taking care of them, and basically Naruto tells the Kage that he's gonna tell them a little plan of his, basically. And the Kages are like, you're basically, and stuff like that. And Naruto basically explains that he already has all the tail pieces to for the nine tails, and he needs the nine tails to basically put in a good statue and revive his mother and stuff. And he's telling that because he knows that they can't stop him anyway, so he doesn't really mind telling them. And the Kages asks, "Who's your mother anyway?" And then he says, "Kaguya Otsutsuki." And then they're like, "What's with that Otsutsuki crap and stuff?" And then Naruto says, "Oh, I guess you can know now since there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway." And then basically he tells them about how the Sage of Six Path Hagomo's name was Hagomo Otsutsuki, and his mom's name was Kaguya Otsutsuki, which, is Naruto's mom as well. And the Kages are like, "What? There's no way," and stuff. And they were saying that's not true, and then Naruto basically puts them on a little Genjutsu that doesn't freeze them up or anything. It just shows an illusion, basically, of the Sage of Six Path, how he's white and stuff. And yeah, and he also shows a Genjutsu of Kaguya, and how she's white as well. And Kaguya doesn't look like this. She looks like this. Oh, fake Kaguya. Yeah, just kidding. This is how Kaguya looks like, the Genjutsu. Anyways, but he doesn't show Ishiki because he doesn't need to involve Ishiki in this. So yeah. Anyways, basically, Naruto shows them what his plan is to revive Kaguya. And Black Zetsu appears behind Naruto's cloak. He's like, "Naruto, why would you tell them all this and stuff?" And Naruto says, "Doesn't matter. It's not like they can stop us anyway." And the Kages are like getting cocky boy and stuff. And Naruto says, "No, I just know you can stop me." And the Kage says, "Why would you think that?" And Naruto says, "Because otsutsuki are basically gods and stuff." So yeah. And then the Kage says, "Uh, God, you just a human that got power and got let it get to your head, basically." And Naruto says, "Whatever, I don't need to prove anything to you guys." And he basically says, "Are you gonna give me the nine tails, or are you gonna not give it to me? I'll have to take it by force." And then Odokage says, "No, you have to go to us first." And Naruto says, "All right." And he basically stands up and calls Miyako to basically come, and she does. And Black Zetsu comes out of Naruto's cloak, mostly like his head come out of Naruto's cloak, and then they basically all say at the same time, "Then get ready for the fourth great ninja war," basically. And other Kage are shocked, saying, "What the hell? You can't just start the fourth great ninja war like that." And Naruto says, "Watch me." And then he basically opens a portal. They go in it, and then before they go in it, he releases a crazy amount of chakra, and basically it spikes up to like nine tails plus level chakra. So all the Kages basically get to the knees a little bit because of the chakra, and then yeah, Naruto goes to a place basically, and there was one man sitting down basically, and the man turned around and then he says, "So you finally came, Naruto Tsuki." And that's pretty much what I'm gonna be up because I've been going on for long enough. And yeah, anyways, hope you guys have a good day, good night, and enjoy your rest of the day. I am out. Peace.